I often get asked about the type of cases we consider here in the West Virginia Supreme Court. The first thing I tell people is, we're not like the U.S. Supreme Court that picks and chooses what cases they want to consider and simply refuses the cases they don't want to review. West Virginia, instead, is called an appeal by right state. What that means is we review and issue a decision in every case appealed to the Supreme Court. We don't pick and choose the cases we want to hear. The next thing I share is the type of cases appealed to the Supreme Court. Broken down by category, last year 33% of the appeals filed in the Supreme Court were domestic cases, the majority of which are made up of abuse and neglect of a child. 24% of the appeals were criminal cases, and 23% were civil cases. The smallest group of appeals, 20%, were administrative appeals. The third point I share is the significant shift in the number of appeals in these categories compared to just 5 years ago. I mentioned a moment ago that abuse and neglect cases were the most significant percentage of cases appealed to the Supreme Court last year. In 2019, that number was 278 cases. Just 5 years ago, in 2014, that number was 185. The next group of cases appealed over the last 5 years we are seeing an increase in are criminal appeals. These saw a rise from 181 in 2014 to 220 in 2019. Trending down are the number of appeals filed in civil cases and workers' compensation cases. Civil appeals dropped from 333 in 2014 to 216 in 2019. Workers' compensation appeals declined from 295 in 2014 to 171 in 2019. So, as you can see, the Supreme Court's caseload is much heavier today than just 5 years ago in abuse and neglect and criminal appeals, but fewer appeals are being filed in civil and workers' compensation cases. I hope that helps answer the question about the type of cases appealed to the Supreme Court and that we are an appeal by right state. The West Virginia Supreme Court of Appeals doesn't pick and choose the cases it wants to hear. We review and issue a decision in every case appealed to the Supreme Court. Thank you for watching, and justice for all.